Hey everyone, what's going on? It's Shot again, continuing with that end of year 2019 theme with top 10. This one's gonna be a little bit different. I wanted to actually bring to light some of the shoes that didn't really fit the bill for hype sneakers of 2019, but were still good solid shoes. Either they started out as a hype shoe and kind of fizzled off, or they just kind of fell under the radar and didn't get all the attention they probably deserved. So let's not waste any time. This is in no particular order. I just want to show you guys my top shoes for 2019 that are just maybe sleepers. They're still dope in my opinion, and they deserve to get some shine. I'll go ahead and kick it off with the LeBron 16 Agimats. Retail price was $175. I scooped them up on release day in July, and I love this shoe. The 16s themselves are probably the most comfortable basketball shoe that I've ever put my feet in. I love this shoe. I bought a few pairs of 16s. So the Agimat 16 lows on my list for top Reggie shoe of 2019. All right, next up is going to be a collaboration with Nike and Netflix with the Stranger Things Air Tailwind Quick Strikes. And I love the colorway. This shoe did have a little bit of hype. It did sell out on the sneakers app. I don't think this makes anybody's list of top sneakers of 2019, but it is a dope shoe. You got the oversized check, which was really dope. The green and the orange is a great contrast of colors. I love this shoe. It really pops. You know, you got the Hawkins high patch on the back heel here, which I think is a really dope touch as well. I also just like the simplicity of the shoe, just a really clean shoe on feet, looks good. You've got the Air Tailwind, Stranger Things. The next shoe is a shoe that you've seen quite a bit over the years. You know, it's been re-released a few times. Still classic shoe, clean shoe, and that's the Reebok Question. This is the double cross, so you've got the red shoe and you've got the blue shoe. In as many years as I've loved this shoe and wanted this shoe, I never purchased it until this year. And I'm glad to say that I do have these now. I love the upper, the clean, the tumble leather, icy outsole. Price point was $160. These released in I think October of this year, and you could probably find this shoe under retail today, but it's, you know, it's a really, really good shoe in my opinion. Probably maybe a top 20 shoe of all time for basketball shoes. Let me know what you guys think. Keeping it moving right along here. The next one up. This is actually maybe a surprise, maybe not a surprise. I've been actually talking about this shoe a lot lately, and that's the Air Jordan 4 Phoebus. Really well constructed shoe. You've got this tumbled leather going across the whole upper, which I think is just beautiful, and it's soft. And you've got this weird print on the mid panel here, and then also on the toe, or excuse me, on the tongue. Which is really different. I don't know if this actually symbolizes anything with the FIBA tournament. My guess is that it does, but it is still a good shoe. The red upper, the blue midsole, the white here as well, and then you've got the red, white, and blue on the outsole. You got multiple laces, which is actually pretty different. You know, you don't see that too often with the Air Jordan 4s, but it did come with it, and you've got this really nice gold Jumpman here with the red panel. I really like this shoe. I think this is probably one of the top sleepers of the year. These did reach sale prices, which I hope everybody got their hands on. I got mine. I actually bought them on release date, took them back, sent them back to Nike, and then bought them again at $104. So I did catch a sale on these, and I'm so glad that I have these. Love them, Air Jordan 4 Retros. So this one here, the Air Max 90 Biotext. Now, first and foremost, I'll say it, Air Max 90s are one of my favorite shoes, one of my favorite silhouettes. It's a beautiful shoe. This one in particular is also beautiful. Now, I will also say this. Now, if the green had been similar to the Dunk Biotext and the outsole had been all purple, in my opinion, this shoe would have been much better than the Biotext Dunks themselves. You know, no disrespect to the Biotext Dunks. I never owned the shoe myself. I've seen them in person. I like the shoe. I love the colorway, and that's why I got the Air Max 90s. But I just felt like with this shoe, this would have been a much better hit had the colors have been exactly the same as the Dunk. It's not to take anything away from this shoe because it is beautiful. I love the green. I love the multicolor on the outsole. It looks really nice, and just the multiple colors on this shoe just go together so well. And it's hard to wear this shoe with a lot of different things. Only time I wore this shoe was with a Halloween costume this year, but still a sleeper. I think a good sleeper shoe in my opinion. Really nice, really clean. We got that leather tab on the tongue, which I think is just really, really dope. Clean shoe. That's why it's on this list. So this one up here, I don't know what to think, but it is the Air Kurachi BBS, and I love this shoe. I actually love this shoe more than I did the Adapt BBS. I ended up getting rid of my Adapt BBS a few weeks ago, and I had to decide whether I wanted to keep this one or the Adapt. Now the Adapt BBS are cool because it's the first go-to-market shoe, $350 price point with the technology, the self-lacing technology, which I think is amazing. So I had to make sure I had at least one shoe in the collection represented that new technology, and I decided to keep this shoe. Now, this was one of the original colorways along with the yellow. I chose this one, and I did hit on the sneakers app for this one, and I love this shoe. There's just so much different. Cool check right here on the midsole, and you've got some of the translucent hits around the shoe. The outsole is pretty dope. I love this shoe. I don't know what to say. I really, really like this shoe a lot. And I think down the line, once Nike starts knocking out these new self-lacing sneakers, it's gonna be one for the archive. So the Kurachi BBS are on my list for top Reggies of 2019. All right, we're 6 down, 4 more to go. Really quick, kind of running through these here. Next one up is gonna be the Air Jordan 7 pattern, the shimmers. This shoe is really, really dope. I love this colorway, so different. Now, I will say for people who don't like this shoe or the colors and really, really love the Air Jordan 1, the Travis Scotts, like there's not too much different. The brown is so nice. The suede is so soft and buttery. I think the only thing that's really just a distraction on the shoe is just the pattern going across the midsole, but that doesn't bother me much. For an old Jordan head, this is classic and it's a great silhouette, and I think this was a good collaboration. Started out with a lot of hype. Now they have the ice colorway, which I believe got a little bit more attention and a little bit more praise than this shoe here, but I love this shoe nonetheless. I think it's a really good shoe. Worn this shoe already, and yeah, glad to have them. Next one up is going to be the Air Max 1 Swipers. Now this shoe also I think had a little bit of hype behind it when it first dropped, and then it kind of just fizzled out. These sat for a little while. These actually did hit sales at one point. I don't know where they're at now, if they're sold out, but I love this shoe just because it has the whole what the theme. You've got the 2 different color shoes. Only thing I don't like is that the right shoe is just it's kind of like the Knicks colorway. I'm not a big Knicks fan, but whatever. And then you've got the red, got the 2 different tones on the Nike checks there on the medial side and then the lateral side. And then you got Swiper in the back. I think a really clean shoe, $150. I think these came out in June. I did get my hands on them. I was actually having to fish for these for a little bit. At first they did sell out, and then I don't know if they restocked or whatever, but then they just started sitting. So I was able to get these on the re-up and happy to have them. My man's a geek just like myself. Equations going on in the insole. That was my thing. I love science and math. But yeah, there you go. The Air Max 1 Swipers. Really, really clean shoe. All right, getting to the last 2. Again, this is not a top 10. I'm not going 10 to 1. I'm just giving you guys 10 of my favorites from this year. Next one up is going to be the Zoom LeBron 3 Supermans. Now this shoe, the significance of this shoe, first of all, this shoe was a product of my first ever StockX transaction. Before this year, I had never dealt with StockX before. Never even been on the app itself. My man's put me up to it. Appreciate my homie Junior. He was like, check out StockX. You know, you buy your shoes, sell your shoes on there. I've been hooked ever since. I bought this shoe on StockX because I did miss the drop, or I wasn't able to get these on the release date. This was on February 2nd. I didn't actually hit when they did drop, but I was able to scoop these up right away on StockX, and you know, I love this shoe. A lot of people don't really like the whole bulky basketball shoe. I'm a big dude, being 6'2", over 250 pounds. Like, I need a shoe that's gonna be comfy, and this shoe fits the bill. I don't really feel the bulk of this shoe when I'm walking around. You know, I do keep my shoelaces untied when I rock this shoe though. But yeah, this is a good shoe. You know, I love the LeBron 3s, one of my favorite LeBron silhouettes behind the 2s, the 7s, the 8s. So here's the LeBron 3 Superman. All right, so the last one, I did actually save this one for last just because of the colorway itself, but again, doesn't necessarily mean it's my top. But it's the Air Jordan 5, the Michigan 5. Now, for those who know me, know that I am a huge Michigan fan. I go blue all day. I ride and die for Michigan basketball, Michigan football. You know, my pop's family's from Michigan. You know, so there's a lot of deep love for the University of Michigan. Now, this shoe also was really, really hyped. I think what kind of took away from it was the price tag. I think these were $250 retail, which is really, really steep for a Jordan 5. I'm not gonna lie myself, but the quality on this shoe is amazing. The suede on the upper is really, really soft. You know, the color contrast. The only thing I would have liked is if that had a Michigan M, game over. And I bet you if that had a Michigan M on it, these would have sold out. Or even the Michigan M on the tongue, you know, that would have sold out. But I love this shoe nonetheless for what it is. You know, I am excited to have these in the collection. If these were a lot cheaper, I would have definitely doubled up on them. But you know, one pair will do just fine. A clean shoe, and one of my favorite shoes that aren't hyped for 2019. What shoes are sleepers on your list? What shoes do you feel like should get more shine? What shoes actually are overhyped? I just want to, you know, I want to kind of spark that conversation, because again, as these top lists come out throughout the year, throughout the end of this year and holiday season, you know, I'm seeing a lot of similarities in the list, and you know, which is absolutely fine. And like I said, a lot of those shoes that you see on the list deserve the attention that they get. But I also want to see, you know, what else out there that people are really feeling. Give me your thoughts of what you think, you know, the top 10 shoes, top 10 sleepers. You know, what shoes don't you ever see on the list that you would love to put on there? You know, if you have your own top 10 list, you know, give me a shout out. I'll definitely peep your video. But as always, I thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff, man. I love the interactions. I love talking sneakers, man. We can talk sneakers, we can talk whatever. You know, but just, you know, keep the love flowing, man. I love this stuff. You know, I appreciate you guys as always. And until the next time, I will catch you guys. Y'all be easy. Peace.